August 10th, 2023 meeting of the Parker Planning Commission to order at 7 p.m. Would you please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call. All members are present. All 10 of us. Don't recall the last time that happened. All right. Approval of minutes. Are there any changes or corrections to the Planning Commission meeting minutes from July 13th, 2023?
No.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I move the approval of the minutes from the July 13, 2023 meeting.
Second?
It's been moved by Ruth Ann, seconded by Eric, that we approve the Planning Commission meeting minutes from July 13th. I will call the question. Nick?
Aye.
Ileana? Aye. Eric?
Aye.
Ruth Ann?
Aye.
Roxy?
Aye.
Leland?
Aye.
Chair is aye. That passes unanimously. Okay, 6, public hearings. Bryce?
Thank you, sir. There will be no public hearing tonight for the Highlands at Kings Point PD amendment. Staff is simply requesting a motion for continuation to a date uncertain.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
I move that the Highlands at Kings Point PD Amendment 1 be continued to a date uncertain.
I'll second.
It's been moved by Ruth Ann, seconded by Ileana, that we move to continue the Highlands at King Point rezone to a date uncertain. I'll call the question again. Nick?
Aye.
Ileana?
Aye.
Eric?
Aye.
Ruth Ann?
Aye.
Roxy?
Aye.
Leland?
Aye.
Chair is aye. That passes unanimously. Next, we have a public hearing, Horseshoe Ridge, Lot 2, Block 1, use by special review for a veterinary clinic. We will open the public hearing at 7:02. Ashley?
Thank you. Good evening, Planning Commission. This evening, I will be presenting the Horseshoe Ridge Lot 2, Block 1, use by special review for a veterinarian clinic, application request. Excuse me, my clicker is, there we go. Excuse me for that. This property is located at the northwest intersection of Party Street and Hess Road. This property is bounded on the north by commercial services, to the west by medium-density residential, and to the south and east by undeveloped land. The property is zoned as mixed use and is located within the Horseshoe Ridge Planned Development Area. The property is located within the medium-density residential character area in the master plan and is considered a part of the neighborhood center for that area. Even though commercial services are allowed in this location, the current zoning does not allow for the proposed use, a veterinarian clinic, as a use by right. This 0.95 acre property was annexed into the town in 2004 within the Horseshoe Ridge PD and platted in 2008. Currently, this parcel is under construction and the proposed veterinary clinic would be located within the approved multi-tenant structure. The proposed vet clinic will be approximately 2,751 square feet, consisting of 1 surgery table and 2 dental cleaning stations. The vet clinic serves small domesticated pets such as cats and dogs and will not keep patients overnight. The clinic will mitigate potential noise issues by providing sound dampening insulation between the clinic and their neighbor, as well as only taking animals out to the waste area by themselves to prevent noisy interactions. The clinic will mitigate potential smell issues by maintaining a clear and sanitary pet waste station, as well as provide animal waste trash can stations for animals in their owner's care. Pet waste will be picked up immediately by staff and disposed of in the proper waste receptacles. These trash stations will be emptied at least twice a day, once of those being at closing. There are 9 review criteria that has been used to evaluate this use by special review proposal. After reviewing the applicant's responses to the criteria, it is staff's view that the proposed use will not detrimentally impact the surrounding uses and will be consistent with the master plan. Staff has reviewed this proposal and has determined that, 1, the project is consistent with the master plan, 2, all nine approval considerations in the land development ordinance has been satisfied, and 3, all public notice requirements have been satisfied. Therefore, staff recommends that the Planning Commission recommend approval of the Horseshoe Ridge use by special review for a veterinary clinic application to the Town Council. This concludes staff's presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions the commission may have, and the applicant is also here to answer questions. Thank you.
All right, questions? Commissioners?
Where will the pet relief area be?
Yes, let me go back to this slide with the criteria. See the red box in the lower left-hand corner? That is the proposed pet relief area. It has been addressed in the site plan that is proposed for this area as far as all the screening and all the screening standards that the town upholds.
Are there other tenants in this building yet?
There will be one other tenant. We are not sure who. There has been nobody to step up yet.
Will they need to go through any sort of, I guess it depends on the use, right?
Yeah, but it is commercial. But yeah.
Would you step up to the podium and state your name and address for the record, please?
My name is Michael Scary. I'm the applicant. The landlord informed me last week that it looks like a groomer's applying for that place, so it'll be another dog and cat specific business there. I don't know how far that's gone yet, but that's the current plan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Further questions?
Has there been any outreach to the Horseshoe Ridge neighborhood there that borders the site?
We have done the, I'll let Bryce answer this question.
Mm-hmm.
He might know a little bit more about that. I know it's been a reinvigorated site, so I know there's some history there.
So this site has met the public notice requirements, meaning it's been posted on the site, mailings to the adjoining property owners. Some of those are in Horseshoe Ridge, and then website notice as well.
Okay, thanks, Bryce.
Have we had any letters in support or opposing this project?
I have not seen either, in either direction.
And there's been no difficulties with any of the other agencies that we send letters to on developments, is that correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I read that there was 7 conditions. Those have been fulfilled?
Those will be, yes.
They will be.
Yes, the site plan will guide some of those as far as like the screening and things of that nature. And then when it is a stipulation of the approval that those conditions will have to be met.
Including the non-overnight stay.
Yes.
Further questions?
I have no other questions.
Well, as this is a public hearing, we open it up to the public to comment on the item before us. If you wish to comment on this item, you need to step forward to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, we will close the public comment portion of the meeting. Any further questions from commissioners?
I don't have any.
I don't have any, as long as we know the criteria will be met.
Yeah.
I did have one question just pop in my head, I apologize. If there is an animal kept overnight, is there oversight?
Go ahead, Michael.
I'll let the applicant.
Yeah,
Yeah, there will be no animals at all ever left overnight. We're not going to be set up for that, and if we do, we're going to ship them to a special release center that's 24/7. So unless there's some public emergency that we're required to, that's the only situation I've ever seen with this before is the fires down in south of West Lafayette. We had to keep animals overnight one time at a previous clinic. I have no plans to. So, and then to answer the previous question too, I did send the flyer out to everyone within 500 square feet of my clinic, so I did encompass a lot of that neighborhood as well. So most people were notified, not the whole neighborhood, but anything within 500, no, half a mile. So they should all be notified.
Oh, great. Thank you.
thank you. Nothing further from me.
Nothing further? All right, then we will close the public hearing at 7:10. Commissioner discussion?
I'm in support. It meets the 9 conditions as you outlined, and I think this will be a good service for that area. And man, if they could get a groomer next door too, what a great complementary business. But and understanding that's not in front of us, but I'm in support.
I would agree with my fellow commissioner on that.
Agree.
I agree with my fellow commissioner. I think this is a good use. I think that it's a needed service, and the criteria that are, the conditions that are set out cover any concerns that people might have regarding the relief area, the noise elements, and the safety of the animals.
Thank you. Ruth Ann basically expressed my feelings as well. This is pretty cut and dry, and I am in support of it as well.
Yeah, my only concern was with the conditions that was put upon us, agreeing to that. It looks like that's been fulfilled. I'm happy to hear that, and I'm in agreement with it.
All right. I am certainly in agreement with my fellow commissioners, and this sounds like a good plan. Do we have a motion?
So before we go to motion, should we read these
Oh, just
7
say
items?
Included in
I
the,
was just going to do them as an
included
inclusion.
as in the staff's report.
Take it.
I move the Planning Commission recommend Town Council approve the Horseshoe Ridge Lot 2, Block 1, use by special review for a veterinary clinic subject to the conditions included in the staff report.
Second.
It's been moved by Ruth Ann, seconded by Eric. The Planning Commission recommend Town Council approve the Horseshoe Ridge Lot 2, Block 1, use by special review for a veterinary clinic, subject to the following, to the conditions outlined in the staff's report.
Yes.
All right, and I will call the question. Nick?
Aye.
Ileana?
Aye.
Eric?
Aye.
Ruth Ann?
Aye.
Roxy?
Aye.
Leland?
Aye.
Chair is aye, passes unanimously. All right.
Congrats.
Congratulations. All right. Next item. Planning Commission items, we need to appoint a vice chair and acting chair, and we don't have anybody absent tonight, so it's going to be harder.
You mean to nominate?
We try to nominate the people that aren't here.
I'll make a nomination for Ileana as a vice chair.
I second that nomination.
All third.
That was really easy, I think.
I guess it's been, Ileana's been, do I do both at once?
Nominated?
Been nominated.
Seconded.
Do we have to do a vote on that, or just by acclamation?
Why don't you vote on it, just for clarity?
Okay. All right, so I'll call the question. Nick?
Aye.
Ileana?
Sure.
Eric?
Aye.
Ruth Ann?
Aye.
Roxy?
Aye.
Leland?
Aye.
Chair agrees. So Ileana is the vice chair. Acting chair, do we have a nomination?
I nominate Eric as the acting vice chair.
I will second.
Been moved and seconded that Eric. Do we have other nominees?
That's what happens when you show up, man.
All right, yeah. So we'll call the question for Eric as acting vice chair. And just so we know before we do this, I am going to miss at least one meeting this year, just to that
I
I
will also
haven't.
miss
in
Coordinated with
3-4
Eric and
years.
Ileana.
I'm also going to miss that one.
And just for edification, I've sat in that chair one time since I've been here for 10 years.
All right, we'll call the question. Nick?
Aye.
Ileana?
Aye.
Eric?
Aye.
Ruth Ann?
Aye.
Roxy?
Aye.
Leland?
Aye.
Chair is, yes, unanimous. Mr. Eric? Okay, anything from you, Bryce?
We do have no items posted for the August 24th Planning Commission meeting, so do expect a cancellation for that meeting.
Okay.
And then September 14th, training will be at 5:30.
That's the meeting I will likely miss, the 14th
Same.
of September.
Don't change the
Maybe, don't change the date. Okay, all right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn tonight's meeting.
I'll second.
Well, we had lots of, it's been moved by Eric, seconded by Roxy, that we adjourn. I'll call that Nick,
Aye.
Ileana,
Aye.
Eric.
Aye.
Ruth Ann,
Aye.
Roxy,
Aye.
Leland.
Aye.
Chair is yes, passes unanimously.